today in our discussion segment. Yesterday we went looking at the proper way to run our families, okay, whereby we celebrated the World Family Day. Okay, but today we are concentrating on the boy child, how to ensure that we carry our boy child along in the affairs of the family and the society. And the topic is training the boy child for positive future exploits. That's what we have here, training the boy child for positive future exploits. And then I have Peculiar Oji, Disaster Management Coordinator, Nigeria Red Cross Society, Anambra State, with me already. Good morning, Peculiar.
Good morning, and I'm happy being here today.
That's good. So as you manage disaster, do you not agree that boy-child training is also a disaster? Perhaps that's why you want to.
Failure to train a boy child can lead to a disaster.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay, you're welcome. Yeah, so that's what we're cut out for this morning. But before we go ahead, of course, we're expecting another guest that will join us in a very short while. But let's look at the background of what we have coming today. Today is May 16th, 2023, and it's Tuesday, International Day of the Boy Child, May 16th. Each year has been observed as International Day of the Boy Child. This is a day dedicated to for the whole world to focus on boys and their well-being. It focuses on boys and their well-being, their needs to feel happy, healthy, and valued within family and the community. The goal is to achieve the true gender equality in the world. The International Day of the Boy Child was inaugurated in 2018 by Jerome Tiloksain, PhD, a thought leader on gender issues and founder of International Men's Day. Oh, no wonder he's dealing on men, so boy to man. Okay, most of us are aware that the United Nations marks October 11 each year as International Day for the Girl Child since 2012. And then you guys revolted and created this other one in 2018. Okay, but most are not aware that there is a day marked for advocating for and creating awareness on issues surrounding the well-being and development of the boy child. Neither of the genders should be left behind. Balance is everything. It's a long write-up, but let's just be taking it this way. Okay, perhaps that's why we're here today, to balance the equation that if you have to celebrate the girl child, that's need also for you to celebrate the boy child. Is that what we're talking about?
You see, in the recent, we are talking about gender equality and balancing. I came to realize that all focus was there on the girl child. Now, every parent, every mother puts more interest on how to build the girl child because a whole lot has been said, putting behind the issue of the boy child. Now, the question is, what happens to them? Today in the society, you see there are a lot of problems everywhere. There are challenges. Look at there. If you calculate the rate or the number of insane individuals in the street today, you will discover that the heavy number is among the boys. Why? Because we put behind the idea of training the boy child as a very serious thing. So everybody believes that maybe the boy can grow on himself and all those things. But then there is a need to balance this gender equality.
That's need to balance this gender equality. But do I really tag along with you when you say that you have more mad men than women? I think I get to see more women. Is it because I'm a woman? Okay, but that's not the issue. Now let's look at how to do it. How do we do it? I know that men are strong in the family. If you have a male child in the family, it's like you have a man already that he is strong, he can take care of himself and his younger sisters, and they can even protect them, because growing up, I know that you don't just cross our house anyhow when the boys are there. They will, they will squeeze you, and some of them that are have this kind of queer character will even collect money from you for even trying to come near our house, because they know you are looking for their sisters. Okay, they will fine you for coming here so that you don't come again. So that's this idea we have about boys, that they are strong enough to take care of themselves and even take care of their sisters. So why should we care about them?
That is the belief.
So why should we care?
Does it really work that way?
How will I know? I'm not a boy.
Now, you see, everybody believes that when you train a woman, a nation has been trained. We forget that perception. So we keep on training the woman, forgetting that we still need to train the man. The truth is that, yes, the man was created to be strong and whatever, but there is still a need that the boy child be directed on the way to go. Without proper direction. Now, may I say this thing? There is this current video trending on the social media. A small child was badly brutalized. The truth is, they said it's from the woman, the mother that was staying in the house. But I begin to ask, there is a man there. Is there not a man? He is there. He's a young couple. Now, what prevents the man, if he knows his onion,
from intervening?
That is because probably maybe the young man was not properly trained.
And that was why I asked for the arrest of both of them.
That is it. So you see that the need for the training of the boy child in all ramifications, of course, like you said, that the man child was built to be strong. Fine. That means the child needs to be well trained so that he can properly take care of the home. But negligence on our own part, or maybe on the side of the society, the family, and all what have, has probably brought the shame we're having today. Now, look at it. Outside there, you will see all manner of drug abuse. Yesterday, I was at Anambra here, and while I was trying to cross the express, initially I saw a boy coming towards our office, just wearing what, and he was at a point in the dance. One small boy that may not be up to 20 years. Then I got to a place, I saw him bring a sachet water paper, threw it up, jump, begin to do a manner of things. So one of the drivers that was crossing began to shout, there is this particular one running currently on what they call it, on Colos or something like that. Begin to shout that thing. It's a part of the drug abuse they do. Now he began to shout it, and then I smiled. I told him, look at it, a boy that has a brighter future. That if he had been properly guided, I said, listen, come back home. This way you are following will lead you to nothing. That is one. In the society today, you have cultism. Check the massive number of people that are involved in the cultism are all boys. Some of them is because they lack that proper home training. Like I said, some. I didn't generalize, because in some cases, some parents do their best and some choose the way they go to. So you find out that it becomes very imperative, just like the founder of the International Day for the Boy Child. Very, very necessary. Because if he hadn't do, I don't know, the whole focus will just be on the girl child, and then we lose out from the side of the boy child.
All right. We are coming back to that to find out exactly what was his intention of having that. If it's not, since we have this, we must have that. Okay, we'll talk to some people on the streets. Let's get to the streets and listen to them. When we'll come back, we'll start talking again. We still have a lot to talk about. Don't go away.
Training a boy child has to start with the parents. Parenting has a lot to do with the way of life of every child. Nowadays, the things we see most of our boys do, engage in, is disheartening. At 18, you will see a boy coming back home with a car, gifting the parents, and accepting it in good faith without even asking questions. At times, they even force them, push them out. Don't you see your mate? Don't you see Chibuzo now bought a car? What is that child doing in the first place to buy a car at that age? At times, the parents contribute about 70% of the kind of attitudes or characters we see our children today display in the society. I must have to start saying that our parents these days, parents per se, have to guide the child when they are at the tender age from 3 before they get to 8 or 9. As once they enter into secondary school, you don't have control over them again because most of the times they live in the boarding schools. So they emulate what they say in school. Do you understand me? They only live or survive by the things you've taught or impacted in them while they're still young in your house. So parents have a serious role to play in changing the society. Government has a serious role. You talked about learning work, handwork. Most of the times you will see most of them that are engaged in learning work. But how to start? Government have to play a part, at least in assisting the children after learning things, for them to at least engage themselves in that. But at least why I don't blame them 100% is that after learning that work, money to start, maybe the parents don't have the wherewithal of assisting them in getting that thing or the things they needed to start that work in place. So what is the role of the government? As a citizen of that country, there must be a way government is engaging a microfinance bank to assist those kids in getting those things they learned to put it to work. So by doing all these things, government and parents must come together in assisting a boy child, not only a boy child, even the girl child.
Mana the issue there be say oya na train ya kedu nke o nweta. Onya number 1 ihe na-emebigoro because ọ bụrụ na nne na nna nwe ihe ha na-eme, they will be able to train their child in that way kwa. Ọ bụrụ na ha nwee good manners, ọ bụrụ na ha nwee good character, otu aka ha ga-esikwa wee inculcate ya na nwa ha. Problem anyị nwere now bụ na the so-called parents na-produce ụmụ enwere nke ha ji aka. Ịbịa n'anya otu ihe ụwa si dị kịta, ị ga-agụta few parents ma ihe nwere ike standing task dị na society. Like when a family ga-apata ma ọ abịa ebe ụmụazị na-egwuri egwu, nwatakịrị na ibi eme nke ọzọ asị ya na ikwekwana ka ntinye gị ihe otu mpa isi eti mma anyị ọ dịrị oke. So na ihe dị there bido onye ọbụla inyegodo onwe good training before i wee mụtawa nwa wee zụba. Ịpụ ebe a na-ese ahịhịa ife ụmụ nwoke fụkwa ụmụ nwaanyị onye na-ese ahịhịa wee mụọ nwa kedu ihe ọ ga-agwa nwa ya? Ọ ga-agwa nwa ya na ise ahịhịa maka ka ọ ga-agwa nwa ya? So ị ga-amakwa ọbala ise ahịhịa nke ọ ga-ejikwa wee na-azụ nwa ya a na-constitute nuisance na society. So ihe debe a bụ onye ọbụla were aka ya duo onwe ya ọdụ. Ọ bụrụ na nne ga-enye ha gị training, nna ga-enye ha gị training, ịpụta fụ ndị m na-eme ezigbo ihe isi ebe ahụ mụrụ ịma mbụ ajọ agwa iji isi be nne gị na nna gị pụta bịara ekesasịkwa ya ndị ọzọ, itinye ya full stop na nke enyere gị enye, ịpụta kpaba agwa ka ezigbo mmadụ.
It is good the male child is trained how to cook all food, all soups, how to do his own meal that he likes, so that in absence of the mother, he can move on and prepare his food instead of eating around, eating mess. Also, in the morals of the house, male child should be trained as well, so that they should learn not to touch their wife, not to beat their wife when they get married. Make sure they don't have hot temper. Teach them about religion, their God, to live a good life. See a small boy in the university, second year, third year. He will buy a car of 30 million for his father, and the father won't even ask him where he got the money. Parents should ask them, where did you get the money? You are a student in the university. Where did you get the money you're spending? How come you made 30 million in school when the father is supposed to be paying you money? And the children today, especially boys, should be told that to serve Satan has a side effect that can be very disastrous to the family.
All those suppose ka di na nwunye chika aka ọnụ na-etrain nwa ha ka ha nwa aba uru ọkachasị society dị n'ụwa kịta ọdịtị na-agba anya mmiri ọdụ ụtọ na achịkọrọ aka ọnụ wee zụọ nwatakịrị mere na onye nke protocol nke jewelu anything dị n'ime ụlọ na nwoke na-eme ya because my son amụrụ m nwaanyị onya ka ndisi nwa m nwoke na asala m afele yesterday mụ na ya na-abọsụlụ akwa nsi ya ngwa ya zaa ụnọ my son nọ anụ 7 years ọ magolu ka asi aza ụnọ malụ ka esi asa afele so ọlụ nwoke kwesịrị na family ihe ị na-eme ihe niile nwaanyị na-eme nwoke kwesịrị ị na-aza ụnọ na-asa afele na-asụkwa akwa onyele ụmụnne ya ga nke ụmụnne ya mara ọkụziele ha ọ bụrụ iwu na ọnwa ya eme nke a mee nke a nwoke kwesịrị ị na-ehelp na-eme ya so ọ bụrụ na abịa na family kịta asị na nwaanyị ka nke a dịrị ọ dịla alụsa nwaanyị ọ ma nwoke ka ọ dịrị na family.
Okay, welcome back. Good morning, Anambra. We are looking at training a boy child for positive future exploits. Okay, and you have heard what the people that we talked to on the street said, and it does appear that they have drawn the line. And then joining me again is Chioma Okeke. Chioma Okeke is the Executive Director, Shoulder for Gender Support and Development Initiative. Good morning, Chioma.
Yeah, Anambra, good morning.
Okay, we actually want to do gender balancing because that's what we're talking about. Since you have a day mapped out for the girl child, we'll now have a day mapped out for the boy child. So the boy child is there and the girl child is there in the house. Okay, sorry. Okay, and then I still have Peculiar Oji. Peculiar is the Disaster Management Coordinator and Nigerian Red Cross Society, Anambra State. I still welcome you here.
Thank you so much.
All right, before you came in, Chioma, we have started talking on this topic, actually. But now you're here. Let's look at where it all started, this gender imbalance, okay? Let's look at it, how it started in the family and why we are now having it, finding it difficult to balance the gender, when it comes to how to bring up your girl and your boy child.
It started even before you and I was born.
Okay.
There was this gender inequality. Before now, women don't eat egg. Women and children don't eat egg. It's a taboo for a woman and child to eat egg. And there are so many things. If not for the evolution of constant awareness and people coming to know the reality of what is happening, we will still be back at the Stone Age. But today, we have seen that more has been improved. But we are talking now about many things that has been tagged for girls only, and neglecting the boys. We are here to balance the home training of our girl child and our boy child. Because we've said a lot, we've talked a lot, we've dwelled a lot on raising up girl child and being gender sensitive with everything concerning women and girls. And unfortunately, we neglect the boys. Most often we say that this is because but we did not, we forgot to understand that na wanyi maybe bo na nwoke maybe. And obo na nwoke nwete good training about himself and the female counterpart. If everything will be balanced. The problem of rape, the problem of being gays and all these things will not come. Because they are human. But I be train her to be stronger than they are. Ihe me nwatakịrị nwoke oje ibe akwa si amechi ọnụ na na-ebe ka nwaanyị odibie that thing ọ na-abọtụ ya up ọ manwụ ike kwunwu ihe na-eme. And most of the time what our fathers passed through, father fotia as na ha kwesịrị ịkụzili ụmụ anyị ndị nwoke what they passed through when they were growing up, so that na ha bukwa victim to those things. At the end, in the hands of uninformed adult boys. Most of them bahana secondary school, or even kita ori go to primary school. Ana batahana primary 4, primary 5, primary 6. Akuzibelo how to be hardened. Ke ale boze mommy's boy. Before you know it, it is here what akeli oya biti buo ife or baha ku itie if omelu shoulder like this. Ina se kerebe nka bidokwa. Or ihe omuta na school, but I want caregivers. Kwesịrị ibido n'ụlọ na-akụziri ụmụaka anyị ndị nwoke alongside with ụmụaka anyị ụmụ nwaanyị ka ha malụ that nke a bụ ihe nwoke kwesịrị ime, nke a bụ ihe nwaanyị kwesịrị ime, nke a bụ otu nwoke kwesịrị inenyelu nwanne nwaanyị anya, because ọ bụrụ na a na-erezi ha ka ha malụ na the way you take care of your sisters is the same way you take care of other girls outside there. No boy would like his own sister to be molested. That anger, that bitterness over his fellow men that did not treat his sister very well will push him also to defend other girls outside there. If that's that culture is inculcated on him when he's growing up.
Okay, thank you very much. We are looking at where we missed it. Oji, where do we miss it? Where did we start getting it wrong? Okay, otherwise, why are we where we are today with our male children? Because what is going on in the different schools, in the society, like you have pointed out, drug addicts, homosexuality, a whole lot of things, okay? Banditry, criminality of all sorts. Where did we miss it? So that as we talk, all people that are watching us will take notes.
Kudos to the founder and the initiator of the International Day of the Boy Child. You see, the issue of the girl child began as far back as I think 2012. That is when we start talking about the girl child. When we felt like there should be a special day marked out for the girl child, where the girl should be celebrated, where we advocate for more the right of the girl child and all those things. Now, immediately that is sprang up and keep on pushing girl child, we start really getting to background the idea of the boy child, forgetting that the boy child himself is still a human in the same society. Executive director says something that there is a belief, forgetting that when a woman gets poised, it's poised in the hand of a boy. That is the issue. And so we missed it at that point where it is not that it's not good for advocate for the girl child, no. But then in talking about the gender balancing, it becomes very, very imperative that we bring both together and be talking two of them side by side. So what we should be talking about is how do we build the child in the home, not just the girl, not just the boy. In order, if you understand that this person has a role to play, this other person has a role to play, then you put two of them together. Of course, I know of a home. The man gave birth to virtually girls all through. He gave birth to about 6 girls all through. Exactly what the boys could do is what they do. I lived in the compound with them so many years ago. If I come out to wash my boss' car, they are there to wash their father's car. You know, all those things. Now, they have been trained that they can do it the same way. In the same compound, I know of another family that is a mix-up, but the boys there have nothing much to offer. So the other one, at a point, they bought a car for him to see if he can manage up. He spoiled it and starts, gallivanting the streets. That is because he didn't receive the proper training. So it becomes imperative.
So what is the proper training? How do we train them to ensure that we get the desired results?
Now, making them to understand that they have a place in the society. You see, just like, sorry, let me say this thing. Sometimes when you look at the boy child growing up, there is this, that concept, he'll be the one to take inheritance of his father, do this and that, and all those things, because he's the boy in the home. And then maybe because the girl child is not, is the girl, so he'll get married and eventually leave the home. And so that boy, at a point, will have to go to relax, start gallivanting in the streets, because he knows that at the end of the day, he will have an inheritance. So what are we saying? We need to now focus on bringing up skills, putting up maybe some trainings that when the child can see a way to get into it, get into those things and say, now I am being empowered. When you go to maybe to some training center, you discover that virtually what is there are girls. Is it that the boys cannot do such training? Is it that the boys cannot get into some of those businesses?
We wouldn't want to go. That's why we want to find out. Where did we miss it? That these days when you talk to them, it's like you're pouring water on a stone. Okay? What do we do? What do we start doing early to ensure that we don't have this kind of
we go back to the roots, and the root is the family.
And that's what that is. Talking from the family now. What do we do? How do you bring up them?
And unfortunately, just like one of the person in the street said that when you are trying to train, or the person that is trying to train, what type of training do you self-receive? So we begin to talk about behavioral change attitude at home first. So at home, the man of the house, do you bully your wife? Because the children are there watching. And so he tends to grow up with it. So you go ahead to beat your wife and all that. So when the child grows up, he sees as a norm. So he can actually beat the younger ones at home, beat the ones at school. Now, we should come to a point where we direct the attention of the child, one, academically. As the child is growing, you look at the child, is he good in academics? Is he good in this area? Is he good in the other area? You push his attention towards that area. And I like telling people, everything is not done by force. Come, you must be a medical doctor. You must be a lawyer. You must be this and that. It's not done that way. There are some times you bring the child home, you try to understand what is his perception, what area, what are the things he's thinking about, what is his desire, his interest, and see a way to balance it for him. And so that he don't actually derail. Because by the time you are pushing him to here and there,
but what if he doesn't want to go to school at all? And you are pushing him. Okay, come in, Chairman.
So I think because most parents we are uninformed too, there is need to gather our caregivers. That's the parents, the teachers, and everybody that is raising up a child, especially male child. They need to be informed on how to raise these children, because the one we receive is only girls. We don't know anything about boys. They have, we used to go to schools and the rest of it, and we taught about primary sexual education. We only educate the girls on this area. In our homes, it's only the girls. Close your legs. Make sure no man cross your legs. Make sure you don't do this. Make sure you don't do that. But boys, what do we tell them? Or do we think that they don't have, or when they are, by the time they are up to age of puberty and the rest of their body changes? You will see them, most of them will start lying with their tummy. Something is happening to them. The mother may not know, but the father, my Oma, Papi Amuye, by the time we go age of 13, 14, I hope the men here will agree with me that something is happening, and nobody is there in the home to tell them. But they will now go out. The uninformed boys will now tell them, this is the time for look for girlfriend. And they thought that this is the way. Because Ariana,
some that body is their sisters.
because Ariana, the body is talking to him, but there's nobody at home to tell him what you are passing through. I've also passed through it. Look at how we do it. Look at how we handle ourselves. The boys don't receive such information.
Okay, since we are talking about the boys now, when a young man starts feeling that way, for the purpose of those that are watching us, what do you advise him to do as a man?
The first thing you need to do is have a confidant. Who are you confiding in? Your father is there. And sometimes if your father is not there, there is some individuals who may be growing up, they lost their dad and something of that nature. You look for somebody. And that is where the religious organization comes in.
No, from the family set, before we get to the...
That's what I'm saying. That is why I said, if the case the father is not there, then you now look for some other person. But then, if the father is there, you confide in him. See, Dad,
is it just the father? Can't he talk to the mother? Can't I talk to my son?
Maybe you can, but sometimes just like he said, if there is something, if you are aware of what is passing through.
The mother is well informed, just as I'm saying now, that all the caregivers need to come together and learn this, so that they can be able to. It's not just
I want us to balance this thing so that we don't take everything away from the mother and then push it to the father, because we're talking about a boy child. No, a mother has a role to play in the growing up of the boy child too.
Sure.
Okay, in kind of balancing his emotional feelings. The mother still have to come. Like I know they've always told us that the men are usually the first boyfriends to their daughters.
Yes.
Okay. So that's why they are very close to their daughters, to caution them on this and that. I think it should also be the same thing. Where it comes to a woman, you should be the first girlfriend to your son. Okay, to be able to tell him that, son, this is what you are feeling. This is what it's like. This is what will happen in future. It hasn't ended. Look at this stage in So if the father is not there, even if the father is there no role the mother can play?
That is going by what she said.
Balance the boy emotionally.
Actually, the mother knows that. See, these are some of those things.
Most mothers should know now, because most mothers are enlightened.
What we should be talking about is there should be a kind of a training sections, an academy where the parents put together, be trained on some of these things. Train them on the raising of the child, both the girls and the boys. Not just because I'm married, I can breed a child and all those things. Train them, let them get to know, so that even if the father is not there, or even if the father is there, the mother will still have a role to play, just like you said. All have a very big role to play.
It's not excluded to any.
It's not exclusive.
We're looking at gender balancing.
Yes.
Okay. Before we start, rounding off, let's look at the consequences of not bringing up our children properly. Though we have touched at some of them, but then there are bigger views of if you fail to do what you're supposed to do as a man or as a woman or as parents, as the case may be, what we are caught out for tomorrow. Chema.
The society is suffering it today because of the mistakes of our past, because of the negligences for our boy, raising up our boy child. This society is finding it difficult now, because you can hardly come to a street now or in a community where you will not have these cultists. And although the girls are joining the number, more number of them are boys. Then another one is that raising up a child, just like we were saying, is that what you have is what you will give. You cannot be telling your boy child to help your mother in the kitchen when the father always comes back home and sit back at the parlor waiting for food to be served.
Food is ready.
Yeah. The father needs to go to the kitchen. Even if he's not cooking, he will just gist with the mother and whosoever that is in the kitchen and gets himself involved. And the male child will also be there to see that daddy is doing this, and as well he will also do the same. It's affecting the society, because the news of rape in our society now is alarming, more than we used to hear it before. there was a program I attended, and I was asked to speak about this rape of a thing. Fortunately, men are there, but they were only women. Men there understood what I was saying, but women there don't. Because they were like, our girls are not dressing well. They should be dressing well. If they dress well, they will not be raped. And they should stop going out in the night. And they should mind where they are going and where they are not going. And these are their contributions. So to me, these girls, they are free. They are free. In our, my father told me that when they were growing up, they goes around naked. Even when they are having hairs, puberty hairs, during their puberty, they goes out, both male and the female, they goes out naked.
Play together.
They play together. Nobody is looking at, male child is looking at the girl child to rape or to do what. They even go to the farm of their fathers.
And they stream to
and stream. They do all those things. So the problem is not dressing. The problem is raising up the inner man in the man.
They were still deviants then, because that was we still had him.
Yes, but it's very, very rare.
Very rare.
Very rare. But nowadays you hardly come to a family, a nuclear family, where you will not see a single mother. It's hard to see now. So we have to start this thing from young, when they are young, because these armed robbery bandits and the rest of it, all these things is because of the lack of trainings that these children does not have. In as much as they cannot blame, no adult can blame the parents for not raising him well, because at a point in your life you have to make a choice, either to do good or to do evil. So let's not carry everything and blame. Somebody will say,
yeah, but the Bible said that if you had laid a good foundation, that it's difficult for them to depart from that foundation.
Sometimes they do. The Bible said it.
They do. So if you laid foundation for 10 boys and one deviated,
I will tell about one of my brother that, because we were raised in a Christian home, we prayed every morning. So one day he came back drunk and he was staggering and coming home. My father wept. Said that in his life he never knew that he can have a son like this. But today it carries on. Oh, he went on and on and on. He was misbehaving and the rest of it. But today he's an evangelist.
Okay, so he
had made a choice, even though that he received a training. Yes,
that is that foundation that we are saying. Yes. That's the foundation we're saying. Yes,
it's still there.
It will still be there. Okay, let's look at how to control these boys. I know in our families, some families, you have these deviant ones, very difficult ones. Okay, as a man, if you have a difficult child in your home, how do you control him as a father of the house?
It's not always easy. And it can never. Although it depends on the difficult aspect of it. If it's the one, maybe because of the abnormality in the house that he developed, you find out that sometimes it might not be easy because he grew up with it from the home. If there are those ones, maybe suddenly he developed that attitude. Maybe because he saw some boys in the streets, saw how they are becoming big boys and all those things. Sometimes you need prayers to bring him out of those things. But then he goes ahead to talk about we need to, like I used to tell people, everything is not you beat the child, you beat the child.
I asked you a specific question. As a man, that is peculiar.
I need.
If you have a problematic child, boy child in the house, how will you handle him to make sure
the solution will be depending on the type of problem I found in him? Whatever
problem. Let's see. Somebody's watching.
Okay.
Let's see. What do we do?
Part of the thing I would do. Number one, while I am trying to do the necessary thing, first I had to take it to God in prayers. Just like I believe as a person. Maybe every other person might have his own view as an individual one. Then, going forward, I had to find a way to make him my friend, not just a father. he become my friend? Because by the time he become my friend, one, there is this thing in human. In most cases, we tend to rely on our friends more than, family or something like that. So when he becomes a friend, one, he can easily confide in me. Two, he can listen to me as well. So by that, I'll be able to win his heart back to what I want him to be. I think that is what I need to do.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm looking at, because that's what we are told as mothers, that the best way to bring up your children, your girl child, is to befriend her.
Sure.
Okay, to ensure that she confides in you. And then once that is achieved, you don't have much problem. Because if anybody talks to her on the street, she comes back
quickly
to
run to you.
That mommy, my day. That boy stopped me as I was saying. That kind of thing. So it will now be an opportunity for you to come in. Sometimes some parents, they find it difficult to start talking to your daughters just like that. But when she comes up with something like that, you now see where to start. Sure. Okay, that boy, this and that, you tell her your own experience. Don't start condemning or whatever.
At all.
They had your own experience when you were growing up, you had the same thing and that kind of a thing, and then love listening to such things.
In fact, first appreciate whatever he tells you. First appreciate. So when you appreciate, you now come in.
Sometimes we win their confidence when we are able to open up to them and tell them your mistakes.
You're not kind of a thing.
Because we parents, we are always first in the class. I know first.
And
okay, go send
we never have anything bad.
I'm virgin. Tell them the truth of life. Whatever your mistakes. They don't want to kill the mistakes of their parents, and they will like to fall in. That's the way to bring them closer
your
to
regrets,
you. Your regrets, everything.
What you've been having at
when you're going to barb your hair, take them along.
And gist with them.
Gist with
become
them.
Your friend.
What to to their level.
In fact, sometimes play around with them. The Ludo, the
football,
once they had the horn of their father.
Ask him to lend you his boxers. Oh boy, can I have one of your boxers? This and that. That's that kind of relationship.
You and my dad is, he will now begin to see you as his friend, not just as a father. And he can easily say, this is the challenge I'm passing through. This is what I've come to realize. Okay. And it has worked. In fact, the truth be told, I know a number of boys out there, something will happen to them. Their dad is there, but they will run to me. They will tell me every single thing. Why? Because I tend to have time to play along with them. Now, in a particular organization, we are two that is spearheading. Some of them will always tell me, that one, he doesn't like talking to somebody. But every other person would like to come to me, not because I am an expert or I'm the best, but at least I give them that listening ear.
Listening ear. I try to very, very important in the family.
So it is very
whatever
necessary.
they want to talk, even when they want to talk rubbish. Still give a
all
listening
these,
ear to them.
And of course, don't be too quick. Write the child off.
All these gay of a thing. These children, if they were well informed at home, most of them engage themselves into it when they are in secondary school.
Yes.
And that's their first time of having such a relationship. And they felt that maybe you have a handsome son on there. You don't even tell him. Once he gets to the school, they will use him as a baby girl. Before you know it, he starts walking like a girl, thinking that this is the way it should be.
Because he hasn't been tutored at home.
He hasn't been tutored.
No matter what is going on in the society, we will always push it back to the family.
That is the root.
We will always push it back to the family. That is why what we have been doing since yesterday.
The society also has deviated. Because when we are growing up, if you misbehave and you met an adult, he will tell you, I know your mother or I know your father. I'm going to report you to your mother.
I told you that was one experience I had. One boy just stopped me as I was going. I was in secondary school then, and even that kind of a thing, he was talking to you and you were just drawing map on the front. I didn't know when somebody just grabbed my hand, just said, bam, come here.
Okay.
You were just dragging me home. I will tell you, so you get on work at I will tell your mother.
And you start crying there.
I cried and wept and asked for forgiveness and everything. I never tried it. Because
but
somebody will grab your
today,
hand.
the society, nobody cares. Nobody cares. If you see a child misbehaving in the street, you say, ah, maybe but you have to do something. Whether the child listened or not. I have a shop where is very close to where these Aboro people stays. So sometimes in my own free time, I used to go there. And once I'm there, anything I see, they know me. And hey, mama has come, oh, mama has come. Everybody, even these touts that used to chase these KK people around. There was a time, a day I came, I saw one of them fighting with the KK driver. I went there and dragged him through with the ear.
Okay, and he's a big boy.
He's a big boy.
Now.
I dragged him out. He said, oh, mama, I'm sorry, I won't do it again. Is it your father's job? Every day you will fight in this street. Every day you will fight. Hardly a time I came around here, I will not see you fighting. One day they will kill you.
But then he was able
so
to
the society
because of that relationship.
Yes.
Build relationship.
Build the relationship with them.
And don't be judgmental. Of all the things you want to do with your boy child, don't be judgmental. Because that's where we parents miss it.
Just like what I said.
Okay? Always judging him.
Appreciate whatever you did first.
And all the rest of things. Don't be judgmental. Always try to find out why he did what he did. And then caution in love. I think that's what we're going home with. Okay, to ensure that we build a very viable society. Please, your word of advice before we go. Chioma, let me start with you.
Okay. The Anambra ndị Igbo, bikono, let's train up our boy child to be humane. Ka kwụsị na ịdị na-eme raise her up like osike ọkpọnkụ. Ka nye ha efe ka ha nwee ike wepụta their emotion, explain their weakness to us so that we can help them to be strong.
Thank you very much. And then peculiar Oji.
And like I like saying,
the man child.
When failure to train a man child or the boy child leads to societal disaster. And that is where we are today. Yeah. Because the disaster today, disaster is not just when the vehicle collapses and the building falls. No. Look at them everywhere. There are burros in the streets. Is it that he cannot do anything useful with his life? Some of them is as a result of lack of training. So let's do well to train in order to reduce the rate of disaster in the society.
Very important. Thank you very much, Peculiar Oji, Disaster Management Coordinator, Nigerian Red Cross Society, Anambra State.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Okay, and then Chioma Okeke, Executive Director, Shoulder for Gender Support and Development Initiative. Thank you very much for coming, madam.
Thank you. God bless.
Okay, and I'd also like to thank the people that made it happen this morning, the camera guys, the phone manager, the director, and then all the people that worked with the director, and then the producer, Ifi Unachuku. Thank you very much. It's been a very worthwhile one this morning. And then if you enjoyed stay with you today, do remember to join us early tomorrow for our fresh package. My name is Chioma. God bless you.